Hello, good morning. I hope you're all well and that you've had a good week. The main focus of this floss tube is going to be a complimentary design to commemorate the passing of Elizabeth II and the start of the reign of Charles III. And I'm going to show you lots and lots of goodies that I picked up in America. But before I start on talking about all of that, I just want to apologise. After my floss tube last week, I had so many emails with people expressing their concern that I hadn't mentioned Bertie Boo and his eye injury. Well, Bertie has just stood there and Hugo's just lying down. Bertie, little boy. Little baby boy, come here and say hello. His eye, it's awful. We've had boxers over the years, many boxers, and we've had to deal with lots of eye ulcers. But this ulcer has just got worse and worse and worse. And we are very concerned. We think that it is now turned and is starting to heal, but it's taking a very long time to do so. We have an appointment with the eye specialist on Wednesday. It was originally tomorrow, but it got cancelled because tomorrow is a national holiday to mark the Queen's funeral. So we're seeing the eye specialist on Wednesday, and I really hope that she concurs with us that it is starting to heal and that they can do something to hurry up the healing process. I really don't want him to lose the sight in that eye. He's such a good boy. He hates having the drops in, and he's got 3 different meds that have to be put in various times throughout the day, and painkillers. Ulcers are very painful. Okay, right, our free design. Sandra has been working very hard over the last week on a design to commemorate the passing of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II and the start of the reign of Charles III. And she has made this little drum. Now, I only have photographs to show you because obviously Sandra is in Australia, and she literally finished this late yesterday afternoon, and the light was failing, so she took the photographs as best as she could so that you could see what the little design was. You have this really lovely motif on the top, a circular motif. Gosh, Sandra and I talk too much. We have zillions of messages. So the little motif at the top, though absent yet beloved, is something that Sandra saw. And she says, decades ago, an antique sampler that had Thou Absent Yet Beloved, and she's been waiting for the right time to put that into almost like a mourning piece. So it was sort of like the perfect thing to do for this little project, which we wanted to do on a complimentary basis for all our customers. Now, this is a download, a PDF download. If you go onto our website and go into either samplers or PDF downloads, you will see this. At the moment, it's the top one. Now, because it's completely free, do not use the Express PayPal checkout. Because there's no money to pay, Express checkout will not work. PayPal won't process it because there is no charge. What you need to do is pop it into your basket, then go to your shopping basket and check out. It will just check out without any charge at all, and then you will receive an instant email that contains the download link. Now, if you don't receive that email straight away, one of 2 things have happened. Either the incorrect email address was put in the checkout process, or it's gone into your spam or promotions. We hope you enjoy it. It is very, very pretty. I think Sandra was so innovative how she came up with this. The pictures of the drum, it's not quite finished. Sandra needs to get some black ribbon or braid to go around it. But she couldn't do that this week. It has been a little bit of a rush getting it done. We really wanted to release it before the Queen's funeral during this period of national mourning. Well, it's not even national, it's international mourning for the Queen. We went to London on Tuesday. Originally, we were going to London on Tuesday, and then we were going to fly to Scotland for an event that was taking place in Edinburgh. But the event organisers decided to cancel that event out of a sign of respect for the Queen, and we totally agreed with their decision. So we decided to still go to London, and we were going to spend the time we would have had in Scotland in London on an extended visit, but we couldn't extend our hotel booking, and there really wasn't any rooms available in London for a decent hotel that wasn't, absolutely extortionate. So we spent Tuesday night in London. It's a 6-hour drive to London, so we were quite tired, but we spent the night in London. We had a very nice meal, and we signed a condolence book for the Queen, and we took some flowers with us from Cornwall to lay as a sign of respect for the Queen. There's a red rose in that little bouquet of flowers because a red rose is something that represents England to us, and I love the colour red. And there are some sweet peas, and we chose some sort of lovely white and delicate pink sweet peas because the Queen had this beautiful complexion, and I love the flowers that we put together. Now, we didn't go to Buckingham Palace to lay the flowers. We actually laid our flowers in Hyde Park because that was right where we were staying, and we could literally just walk there. And although it was busy, it wasn't the scenes that you had at Buckingham Palace and Green Park. And to be honest with you, I don't think that either Ray or myself could have coped with thousands of people around us. We were very overcome with emotion, and it was only afterwards, when we were driving out of London, we realised that we hadn't taken any photographs, which was remiss of me. But it was not about posting things on social media or even sort of having a photographic record of us taking flowers. We just felt it was a deeply moving experience, and that we both had a little cry. Bless her, she was such a special lady. Anyway, when we left London, we didn't want to drive all the way back down to Cornwall, like 6 hours one day and 6 hours the next on the road. And we decided that we were going to sort of stop. We were going to break our trip back up into like thirds. So a friend of mine, a very dear friend, recommended a really lovely country inn come hotel in Westonbirt, Hare and Hounds, and it was absolutely delightful. It was just what we were looking for. After London, it was lovely just to flop in this country house hotel, come in, and we ate in front of a wood-burning fire, and we had good, hearty English food. Anyway, the hotel come in was really sort of buzzing, and there were 5 police cars in the car park, and there were some people sat around, and I said to Ray, I'm sure those are reporters. And then a little bit later, Ray was reading the newspaper, and it turned out that King Charles had and Camilla had flown to their country homes, and Charles had left Camilla at her home and had driven to his country home, which is Highgrove, and Highgrove was right next to where we were staying. So at breakfast on the Wednesday morning, we actually sat next to a group of police officers who operated security drones. So that was a little bit of a coincidence. And then the next day we drove down to Devon to Gidley Park, and we had the most fabulous day at Gidley Park. It's been on our bucket list a long time to stay at this hotel, and it was absolutely amazing. The only thing was we followed the sat-nav, and we should not have followed the sat-nav, and we had a major sat-nav incident. We found ourselves on a little narrow bridge that went like that. So when you went up, you couldn't see the stone sides of the bridge. And Ray had got out to guide me through this bridge, and he had to get out before we went on the bridge because we couldn't even open the doors. And he guided me through, and he said I literally had that much room either side of the car. I've never been in such a stressful situation. I thought I was going to wedge the car, and I couldn't go backwards. So, the only way was forwards. So when we eventually got to the hotel, we needed a stiff drink. But there we are. Anyway, I am digressing too much about personal things. Let's talk about some of the goodies that have come back from the States. Now, if you recall, Linda and I shared a suitcase for bringing back our goodies, and we forgot to separate out the contents at the airport. So Linda's now down, and she'll be in my next Flosstube, but I can start to show you some of the goodies. This scarf is absolutely gorgeous, and I believe this is available from the Met, the Metropolitan Museum of Fine Arts in New York. This is a beautiful scarf based on a sampler. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just really, really beautiful. This is a really gorgeous, gorgeous scarf, and I'm very grateful to my friend who got this from the Met for me. It is just really, really beautiful. It's called the Mexican Scarf Sampler. Very, very beautiful. Let's just have a look at that design once more. Got it upside down now. Colours are delightful. Look at that basket. Oh, there we are. Really, really beautiful. I love scarves that have needlework on. It's nice to wear things that indicate that you have a love of needlework or you are a needleworker. Where do we start? Okay, let's start at this end. Now, this housewife is very, very precious to me, and this is the first time it's come into my home, though it was gifted to me the last Nashville before COVID. And Jean took it back with her to the attic to go on display, and it was only now this year when I could travel to the attic that I could collect it. What was meant to be on display from March to August turned out to be a lot longer than that. Why this is so precious to me is that Sandra stitched this for me, Forget Me Not. And I will never forget Sandra. She's such a very important part of my life and my heart as well. Now, this little border comes from Elizabeth Weston. Well, that shows how long ago that this was done, because Elizabeth Weston is one of our older designs now. And Sandra asked Carmen Sutton if she would finish this into a small for me as a surprise gift. And my gosh, what Carmen did with this was absolutely amazing. So she finished it into a housewife, and there's your pocket. But what Carmen has done, she has hand pieced this, and the workmanship and the patience and skill required to do that is absolutely amazing. Beautifully finished. This is something that is really just so special, and I'm so glad I've got it. And I'm terribly torn between using it and just displaying it. It's so precious, I don't want anything to happen to it, but at the same time it is wonderful to use gifts, because then that person is in your mind constantly as you use the item. It's gorgeous, really beautiful. So thank you, Sandra, and thank you, Carmen. Very precious. Okay, so what's next? Well, things that have been made. When we went to summer school, there was a little group of us that sort of met up and spent our leisure time together, and we all took each other gifts. Well, Justine made these little bags for all of us, and basically you can put your phone in the back of the name tag, and sorry, it's not a name tag, the bag, the crossover bag. Then you can put your name tag in this section here, and then you could put maybe your hotel room key in this section. Beautifully made. Love the colours. And Justine has made me something else before, and this fabric actually matches the other product that she made for me. And when you're at a workshop or a retreat, something like this is so useful to have. Loved it. I was very grateful to receive such a beautiful handmade gift. At summer school and at Bristol weekend, attendees are so generous. You're given all sorts of gifts by attendees. I was given these beautiful strawberries, and they're gorgeous. Little felt strawberries, which I collect. They're lovely. And I was also given this beautiful bowl. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? When you feel this, it's just so lovely to stroke. So it's this beautiful little bowl made in the USA. Really pretty. And I actually thought how perfect these looked with these little strawberries in. So I'm going to display these strawberries on my dresser in my kitchen in this little bowl. I was given another strawberry, which is beautiful. I love strawberries. These were on sale at the Attic, and a friend bought that for me. And this one as well was on sale, a little white strawberry, which is delightful, and that will go with my strawberry collection as well. Oh, this is beautiful. A nice big strawberry, which will go in my strawberry bowl. I love this fabric, this bluebird fabric, really lovely. And then this actually has matching items. You have this beautiful pin key. Isn't that gorgeous? Little pin cushion. So beautiful. And then, I'll put that down. And then there was this lovely floss drop ring scissor keep. And these are the old needle shop, which it's just beautiful. That's it. Yes, it was those, that was the matching set. And it's lovely to have things that match. I thought that was really beautiful. And then I had this lovely little tomato, such a cutie little tomato. It's beautiful. And that was from Rags to Riches, Lorraine Stallings. And if you want to contact Lorraine, her email address is ragstostitchesusa, all as one word, at gmail.com, and she's on Flosstube and Instagram as well. That was delightful. Love all the little things that go with our needlework. Gifts from other needle workers. I received this beautiful stick pin to add to my collection. That's very, very pretty. And then this one, which is, I just love all the sort of like little add-on bits to this. I love my pretties. And I love a bit of bling. That's gorgeous. And then from Stitch Folk, I received this gorgeous red pin. That's really, really pretty. Love that. I also received something else from Stitch Folk, and I thought that this was a really fabulous idea. So, this is it, and it opens up, and you're going to say, what is this? It's a silk sleeve. So, what you do, your floss drop with all your silks or your threads, your DMCs, whatever you're stitching with, you pass the ring up here and you pull it up, and then with the ring around this, you pop it shut. All your silks are safely inside, and you can fold it up, pop it into your project bag, and those silks will not tangle up with anything else that's in your bag. I think it's an amazingly clever idea. And then when you want to use your threads, you pop it and you pull it up, and all the threads are still going the right direction. If you pulled it that way, they would all tangle up. Isn't that a clever idea? A thread sleeve, a silk sleeve. And it matches the other things that I have from Stitch Folk. Oh, and this is from Stitch Folk as well, or this is made by Stitch Folk, but this was a gift that we all received at summer school. I love this tag, and there's little scraps of fabric have been machined onto it. I just thought that was a nice little extra touch. So this was the Attic Needleworks Sampler School 2022, where the cool kids go to stitch. I love that. I thought that's just so lovely. And anything you get from Stitch Folk is always so beautifully made and finished, and a lot of thought goes into the fabrics and the way the fabrics are combined in the item. I love that. Really, really pleased with that. Okay, I received this lovely little charm that can go on the end of a zipper. Love that. It's nice and heavy and it's nice and shiny. I like having things to go onto zippers. I don't have much feeling in my fingertips because of a neck injury, so if something's more solid for me to hold on to, it works better for me, and that's why I love these zipper charms. Talking of zipper charms, Minnie McBean's opened their Etsy store yesterday morning. Sue only opens when she's stocked up, and I see a lot of what Sue produces because she lives very close to me, and she's using a lot of our designs in her cabochons, but I hadn't seen all the zipper pull charms that she has, and I saw this one. It's a dragonfly, and you know, I'm an outlander, so I could not resist getting the dragonfly. But I also noticed Sue had lots of other zipper pull charms that I hadn't seen before. I didn't buy any more because I felt that I needed to leave products for other people to buy, and I know that, you know, she will make those for me if I ask her. When Minnie McBean's opens the store, you have to act so quickly because the things just fly out. Now, two of the new designs that she had were taken from Lucy Navia, and I showed these the other day. I went round Sue and I saw them and I got them early, but those were in the store. I don't know if there's any left, but they were there and they are absolutely lovely. This one is the lady from Lucy Navia, and Sue thought that she looked like a little witch with her pointed hat, so she's put broomsticks and cats and witches' hats on as part of the charms. And then this one is the beautiful rose with the swags that was from the big sash on Lucy Navia. So Sue put a lovely rose and a beautiful bow with, you know, some sashes coming down. I love that. At summer school, we all received a complimentary scissor fob floss drop ring from Jean that was done by Sue. And again, Sue put so much thought into her designs. Because we were going to summer school, the theme of the sampler in the bezel tray was ABC 1, 2, 3, because that's what you go to school to learn. And it was just a beautiful combination, a double rose and a leaf for her dangly bits. I thought that was just so, so beautiful. Gorgeous. Love that. At summer school, I was also given this little counting pin, and it is just adorable. It is so delicate and so pretty and so feminine. Love those lavenders. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm going to have to stitch a pin cushion with lavender in because I really want to display this one, and I want something that's complementary for it. Now this is made by Violets and Verses. Creating today's treasures from yesterday's heirlooms, and that's Jennifer Richardson. I thought that was beautiful. I love anything that's violet based. My middle name is actually Violetta, and I was named after my Nana Violet, and I adored my Nana. She was a very, very special lady. I actually realised yesterday when I was walking, I was thinking about the Queen. I thought about the Queen an awful lot this last week, and I've only lived, well, we've now got our second monarch, but most of us have only ever had one monarch. My grandmother lived through the reign of 6 monarchs. That was just unbelievable. Queen Victoria, Edward VII, George V, Edward VIII, George the, sorry, got my Georges wrong, the next George, the Queen's father, and then the Queen. Quite amazing. And before I forget, Violets and Verses, their website is Violets Verses, VIOLETSVERSES.com, and their website will be open for orders from the middle of September. So it's the middle of September now, so their website might be open. You'll have to go online to have a look. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I love that, and I didn't get a chance to explain to you at summer school about the violet colour is so special, and the little violets on the pin, very, very beautiful. This is something from the Bristol weekend, which I've only just got from Linda, and Jean did these little stands for everybody, so you could pop a spool on there, and there's a little magnet built in for your needle. Love this. Whenever you go to the attic, you're always going to come away with beautiful goodies. One of the goodies that we all came away with were these beautiful red trays, and it says the Attic Needleworks by Sampler Rules Summer School 2022. I love having things with the Attic brand on. So ideal for taking to a workshop, it goes flat, you can pop it into your project bag, and also the stiffness of the board in your project bag gives extra protection to what's in your project bag when it's packed in your suitcase for flying. And then when you get to your workshop or retreat, you literally just clip the corners together and you've got a tray which you can pop on the table and keep all your own bits and bobs on. When you're sat at a table, it's very easy to get things mixed up with people who sit around you, and of course so many of us love the same things. I had to laugh when we sat down at summer school. We all took our needle cases out, and I think there was only one person who didn't have the red oval koala case. It's just as well that many of us have got our initials on them so that we could tell whose was whose, and I think practically all of us had Kahana scissors. So it's important to be able to sort of keep your own things by you at a retreat. Oh, right. Linen, legacy linen. Beautiful, beautiful linens. Let's go through these with you. I love this, absolutely love it. It's called Druid Blue, and I think that this piece of linen would be fabulous to use for a drum. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? It's almost a French navy, but there's like a tinge of green that just tips it over. Gorgeous, love that. You know, honestly, I think a pin cushion or a drum would be amazing in this blue. So beautiful. And this blue is 38 count. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, Irish coffee. I've been waiting for this Irish coffee. It looks so scrumptious on the internet. This is 38 count. And it is like an Irish coffee. Can't drink too many Irish coffees. You'd be a little bit tipsy. Isn't that beautiful? Love that colour. Really, really nice. And I know somebody who's going to be wanting to stitch something on this, and that is Sandra. Oh, this is gorgeous as well. This is called Sea Serpent, and it is 38 count. Now, it might look a grey, but it's this tinge of mauve to this. Not mauve, lavender. There's a tinge of lavender to it. Gorgeous. It's the colour of grey doves. I've got doves in my garden that are this colour. Really, really beautiful. Love it. Again, that would be fabulous for a drum or a pin cushion. I mustn't get these mixed up. This is lovely, another 38 count one, and it is called Cloister Cream. I like the texture in this. That's really nice, and I love this linen. It's like a very sort of raw, natural linen. I love it. I think that is so, so pretty. A lot of movement in that colour, but not grungy. It's clean. Let's open that up. Gorgeous. Really nice. Like that very, very much. Himalayan Fog. I love the names on Legacy linen. Here we go. Very, very nice. These are all really good colours to have in your linen closet. Thai iced tea. Now, with Legacy linen, each colour, each name of a colour is specific to the count. So this was the Irish cream, which was 38 count. But this is Thai iced tea, which is 45 count. So Irish cream and Thai ice cream are the same colour. It's just the count that's different. Very, very nice. And then the same applies to Scriptorium. So this is 45 count, and Scriptorium is the same as Cloister Cream. Cloister Cream is 38 count and Scriptorium is 45 count. Very, very nice. And then the same applies to what was Himalayan Fog in 38 count. In 48 count, it is Hazy Summit. Beautiful. These are all colours that we will use. Love them. Really, really lovely. Well, oh, one more thing. I was given these beautiful thread keeps. They're little pairs. I don't know who gave them to me. It might even have been part of the summer school goodies that we received. I don't know. But these are from Kelmscott Designs. And these are lovely to have in your case, your work box. It was such a haul. Oh, the other thing that I was given, which I thought was really, really lovely. Deborah and Melissa, some of the samplers, they asked me to chant Alethea Saunders as a fundraiser for Rock Castle, which I did for them. And they actually gave me a printed copy of the download, and they'd had it bound for me, which is really, really lovely. Alethea Saunders, there are various different versions that you can get of her, and basically we charted one with the specialty stitches, and then we charted an adaptation for people who like to stitch on Ada. And there's colour and black and white versions available. So when you download her, you don't need to download all of this, but they put it all together for me as a little thank you. We've actually been raising quite a bit of money for Rock Castle through this sampler. 100% of the proceeds go to Rock Castle, and you can buy this download from the Rock Castle online store, their website. The money that we've been raising through the sale of this for much of this year has actually gone towards getting, I can't remember, it was 1,000 or 2,000 young school children. I'm not familiar with your with American education systems. I'm not sure if they were fourth graders. I could be totally wrong there, but basically they had, it was thousands of children visit, and each one was supplied with a little cross-stitch kit and was shown how to start cross-stitching. There we are. For more information about that school activity, if you go to Sumner Samplers on Instagram or Facebook, you'll find out more information and accurate information of exactly what they did. I haven't had a lot of stitching time because I've been away. What have you two been up to? I heard that yelp. Here we are. But I did do some stitching last night, and my Catherine Wallace is growing. We have a turkey there, and we've got another turkey to go here. Then there's another bird to go there and there. This little girl really covered her linen very, very well. I'm looking forward now to working up the rest of the sampler. I also need to get her name and dedication in there. Now, I've made a boobie with this model. I missed a line of stitching out on this urn, and when I'd got all the way up to the top and was just about to pop that in, I realised I made an error. But I haven't taken all this urn out. That was too much work to frog. It's only me that knows that there is a slight error in that. These things, they happen, especially when you're not concentrating what you're doing. Okay, this is probably a really, really long video. We have talked about so much today. Just want to do one more thing. I've got two samplers on show here. One is M.E. Metcalf and the other is Sarah Spencer. Both of these are PDF downloads that were released in lockdown. Linda stitched both of these, and Linda's down with me now for the next 2 weeks, so these are going to be going home with Linda. So this is the last time that I show these on a Flosstube. Sarah Spencer is a beautiful, beautiful sampler. It has everything a sampler should have: a gorgeous border, beautiful motifs, and the little quirk of how she signed her 1S, or stitched her 1S the wrong way round. M.E. Metcalf, I love this sampler. It's all those sort of like tutti frutti colours in the border. Brought some lovely sunshine into those gloomy days of COVID. Both of these are right back at the beginning of COVID, where everything was unknown. We didn't know what was in front of us. Really, really love both of those. They're only available as downloads off the Hands Across the Sea Samplers website because they were released at the very beginning of COVID. One day I will get around to putting them into printed booklets, but I don't know when that's going to be. Okay, oh, I brought some beautiful silks back as well. That's Linda going past. I'm filming. So some beautiful silks. Never have enough beautiful silks, but there we are. Okay, right. I'm going to say goodbye. Tomorrow is going to be a sad day. I think that we're all getting a little bit more adjusted to the fact that Her Majesty has gone. But she'll always live on forever. She'll live on in our hearts, and you know, she's written into our history. You know, her story will be told 1,000 years' time. People will still remember her. But today and tomorrow, it's our time to mourn her. And on Tuesday, I suppose it's moving forward for our country and for the world, and for Charles and Camilla. I think both of them have really stepped up to the mark, and you know, Charles has been so kingly, and the Prince and the Princess of Wales, William and Catherine, they are going to be superb in their role of Prince and Princess of Wales. Anyway, right, positive thoughts. Stay well, stay safe, and if God is kind, I'll be back next week with Linda and possibly soon in a Flosstube. Take care. Bye-bye.